Ramble.
We'd like to thank Doordash, Huzzah, Kiwico, and MeUndies for sponsoring today's episode. Good morning, everybody. You got Ariel here on You Can Sit With Us. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Becky.
Hi.
Maggie.
Hello.
And Rachel.
Good morning.
And today we are going to be talking about a few different things. It looks like Maggie is bringing us a person of the week, which is actually doggy of the week, it seems like. I feel like we should be doing that anyway. I feel like we should be doing doggy of the week. We could have person of the week, and then we could have animal of the week, because there are so many opportunities there. And then Becky's going to bring us an obscure reality. We're talking about Sweet Home today. And then maybe we should just go right into it. We're going to do a segment called What Does It Mean and Why? Why does it happen? Where I, Ariel Fulmer, I bring you a question about something that I do not know anything about. And there is a very good chance that you guys do know things about it. So, one that we did recently was TikTok. And, I feel like I learned a lot. I feel like I learned a lot about TikTok. I still have not downloaded it on my phone.
Oh my gosh.
No, I just watch it over Ned's shoulder. But it's very entertaining, and now I feel like I do understand it a little bit more. And so today I have a few questions about vodka. I know. It's very strange. You would think
it is 9 a.m.
I am aware. I did drink a little bit too much white wine last night, so like my mind is thinking about alcohol and hangovers. So my question is, why?
DoorDash is the app that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door. Between never-ending laundry cycles and incoming emails, you've got plenty on your to-do list. Give yourself one less thing to worry about and let DoorDash take care of your next meal. I love getting DoorDash when I get home from a really busy day and haven't gotten my groceries yet. Ordering is super easy. Open the DoorDash app, choose what you want to eat, and your food will be left safely outside your door with new contactless delivery drop-off setting. Many of your favorite local restaurants are still open for delivery. Just open the DoorDash app, select your favorite restaurant, and your food will be left at your door.
For a limited time, you guys can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code SITWITHUS.
That's 25% off up to $10 and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code SITWITHUS.
Don't forget, that's code SITWITHUS for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change, terms apply. Why do people drink vodka? Outside of Russia, of course. Because when you walk up to a bar, you have a choice between two clear spirits. You've got vodka and you've got gin. And gin, I feel like, has flavor, and vodka does not.
What about tequila? I actually didn't know that vodka was fermented grains. I had to do a quick Google search when you said that you were going to do this segment. Did you guys know that? I didn't actually know what it is.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. So, how is vodka made? In present times, vodka is used making fermented grains like rice, corn, and rye, and wheat, and sometimes even fruit and molasses. But that seems to be more gin territory, because when I Googled gin after juniper tends to be flavored with botanical herbs, spice, floral, fruit flavors, or often in combination, which you would think that gin would be yummier.
Mm-hmm. Do you not think gin is yummier, Maggie?
I've been to a gin bar in Singapore, and that's the only time I enjoyed gin. Any time other than that have been like bad. I don't know. I think I associate it with college and like,
but not vodka.
Bad memories. I like tequila. Crazy people say that.
Did you know there are vodkas that are made out of potatoes? That's why a lot of people order Tito's is because if you get the other vodkas, because they are made from a grain, it could, if you have like celiac or are wheat intolerant, Tito's.
Tito's vodka.
Do you guys have like brands of things that you gravitate towards? Like if you're at bars we haven't been to in so long, but like if you're at a bar, are you like a brand person or are you a whatever the spirit is kind of person? Doesn't matter.
That's a really good question. I'm very much just a spirit person. I'm like, just give me like a good, I don't know, like an okay vodka. No, not vodka. Give me an okay gin. If I'm ordering something and it's not one of their like specialty cocktails, it would be a gin and tonic. And the one that we have at home is Hendrick's, which I really like. Yeah. But mostly because I like the bottle. I don't really I don't really care about the taste that much. I just like the little bottle because it's just it has a really nice little shape. I don't know.
Have you guys ever been to a distillery before? Like to see how like an alcohol is made? I've been to a distillery in Illinois.
Oh,
what were they making?
It's pretty cool. They were making gin. So it's a company called Few. And they were actually named Few because it's after, her name was like Frances Elizabeth something. And she was the, she spearheaded like Prohibition in Dry Town. So they named Few after her as kind of like a fuck you.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's really cool. It's kind of like going to, have you ever done a brewery tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, where they have like the really big vats. It's similar, not a similar process, but pretty cool.
I still feel like I haven't really heard anybody like really liking vodka here.
Oh, I love vodka.
You love vodka?
Yeah, I'm on the vodka train, but I have a rule. I don't normally order vodka out. Vodka is like this, if you're at home and you want to make like one easy cocktail, vodka, I think is the easiest because it has no flavor. But you do have to get a good vodka. That's the big difference between college and adulthood, I think.
Yeah, I feel like in college, it was just the handles.
Do I have handles of liquor?
No. Actually, that is a good question. Do you have a handle of vodka in your house right now?
Yes, because I am one, an eco-conscious bitch. Two, I'm a cheap bitch, and it's cheaper when you buy it that way.
That's true.
And three, I'm a safe bitch. I don't want to go to the grocery store that often. You know, not that I don't have to go that often, but maybe it sound like I need to go.
I love the idea that Becky has to go to the grocery store for vodka because she's running out.
It's not, I'm just, you know, I try to buy things in bulk so we don't have to go that often.
What's your mixer? What's your vodka cocktail of choice?
Oh, I love, well, you can do this with vodka. You can do it with whiskey or bourbon, and you can do it with gin. And it's all a variation on a bee's knees. So it's vodka with a little bit of honey and lemon juice.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious.
Yes, it's very tasty, very tasty.
Do you guys like sort of fruity drinks, or do you go for more old-fashioned-y type of? I know that Rachel, your husband, is very interested in, is it whiskey?
Yeah.
Yes.
We have like the most outrageous bourbon and like rye collection. We're talking like easily 75 bottles?
Whoa.
Okay,
That's
wait, what's
nuts.
the difference between bourbon, whiskey, rye? I never understand.
We have to get
I don't
Watts on the
either.
podcast. I don't know. He had this going long before me, and we don't drink it like that much, which is why we still have it. But he'll like pick out which whiskey and make a cocktail around that with, you know, bitters and, you know, orange zest and, you know, like he like gets in there. It's great. I love it.
So when you guys moved in together, he came with an enormous box full of half-drunk bottles of whiskey.
And then when we moved, he wasn't around, so I had to package up each one and wrap it in bubble wrap and move it to our house.
Whoa.
I know.
Tedious.
Love.
That's kind of a fun collection.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really nice. And because people know this, they give him bottles of whiskey a lot when they find a rare one or a fun one. I think the best thing we ever did was has anyone been to the Multnomah Whiskey Bar in Portland? Do you know what it is? It's an old library in an old building in downtown Portland, and you have to get a reservation, and they only allow like 8 people in a night or something. I'm sure I'm wrong. 25 people in. But it's just library shelves full of whiskey and like a ladder that slides along them, and someone comes over and they'll pick a flight or make a drink or do a thing for you. And then they come over, and if you want, they'll teach you about all the whiskeys you're drinking and the history of each one and who made it originally. And like the guy talked to us about Japanese whiskey for like an hour and a half.
Wow.
It was very cool. They're like
nuts.
Deep whiskey nerds. So if you're into alcohol, not vodka, whiskey, bourbon, Multnomah Whiskey Library.
Cool.
It's very cool.
Ooh, that is cool. Does anyone else have like a fun collection of something, or a collection they gained when they moved in with their partner?
Inherited.
Yeah, inherited collection.
I'm trying to think of. I know that Ned collects things that like he hides away from me because I am I'm a thrower away of things, or like a giver away of things. I know.
Ariel.
I know.
How many storage units do you have though? You have
right
like 2. You
right now 2, yeah.
I feel like you're a collector of things. You're a hoarder.
Well, I'm a little bit of both, actually. I hoard things that I like, and I do this thing where I purge. So I hoard things and then I purge them. And then I like spread them out to all of my friends and family where I'm like, you get this and you get this and you get this. So I collect furniture, which is a very problematic because furniture is one of those things that is not easy to store. And that is why I have 2 storage units. I actually just did a huge purge where I gave away like an entire storage unit's worth of furniture to Habitat because I was just I can't deal with this anymore. And the thing with furniture is like half the time you can't move it yourself. So I have to either get Ned or my sister or, you know, like Becky, you know, somebody to help me move the furniture. Did
you do this while you were pregnant as well?
Absolutely. And that is actually when I gave everything away because I couldn't move my own furniture. And so everybody was getting so fed up with me because I was like, okay, I need 2 people to move this over here and this over here because that's just what I do in our house. I just move the furniture around and I'm like, I don't like this table anymore. So I'm going to put this one in storage and bring the other one in.
It's kind of like shopping your own closet.
It is. Yeah. It's extremely problematic though.
You have your own little staging company, but
I think this
your
is
palette's your home, or your canvas
the plague of all interior designers.
You know, anytime Wes wakes up from a nap and he feels really good, he comes out and he gives me a huge hug and he like lingers, and it is so absolutely wonderful. So cheers to those fizzy feel-good moments that make your whole day with Huzzah, a probiotic seltzer with benefits. Huzzah is your new favorite seltzer with added probiotics and 3 grams of sugar or less. Drink to your health, your gut health, that is. Huzzah contains added probiotics to support healthy digestion. They have 3 vibrant flavors, raspberry and lemon, strawberry and hibiscus, and juicy pear. My favorite, of course, is strawberry and hibiscus. I love hibiscus tea, and this one is pretty delicious. Stock up on Huzzah probiotic seltzer by using code SITWITHUS for 20% off your first order at drinkhuzzah.com. That's code SITWITHUS for 20% off at drinkhuzzah.com. Well, also because you find something that you love, but you just don't have a place for it yet, but you know that someday you will, you know, and it's so hard to give, like, to let go of those things. And so, yeah, I mean, both Ned's sister and my sister and my parents, everybody has little bits of furniture and anytime that they come to our house, they leave with usually a piece of furniture that I'm like, okay, I set this aside for you, this side table or this lamp or this, But I used to work for a couple of interior designers, and that is definitely one thing that is the same across the board. Is they either have a storage unit that is just chock full of stuff, and usually they're not organized. Usually it's just like stuff just shoved in there, or their garage is just absolutely full. I was working as a PA for one interior designer, and my job for like a week was just cleaning out her garage.
Oh,
whoa. No. Yeah.
Was there anything in there you wanted to take?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And
this chair should come home with me.
Yeah. I think actually most of it was going to like Goodwill or something like that. Or I was sort of separating it out into, here's the lamps, here's the this, here's the that. And then she would come in and be like, okay, I want to keep this one and this one, and the rest of these can go. And the ones that were going, some of them went to my house.
Yes. I'll take care of this for you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Drop that chair off. Don't worry about it.
Yep. I took care of it. As long as it's out of her garage, she's like, okay, cool.
Very happy.
It's done. Well, do you guys have anything else to say about vodka?
Becky, do you keep it in your freezer? Question. Is that the proper place for vodka? Is it kept in the freezer?
No. I mean, I don't, on TV, I see people do that. But we have our little like new collection is vintage decanters.
Oh.
So I like being able to see it in its pretty little decanter.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. Where did you get those?
There's a huge, we have a couple different ones. But typically just like got one at an antique store in Pasadena. There's this really big, antique like warehouse that's like 3 or 4 levels and kind of a maze when you're in it, called King Richard's. It's out in Whittier. But that's where we found our probably coolest one.
Cool.
Which is what the tequila is in, Maggie.
Can we see it? Do you have it? Ooh. It's crystal.
Oh, Maggie, describe it.
Yeah, I don't know how to it's crystal and almost looks embossed, and it is triangular. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's got stars.
Yeah, it looks
light hits it and it reflects in all different angles. It has a really cool knob with flowers.
Okay, when we can get together again, I have a proposition for you guys. I think we should do... Okay, so I actually used to do this with my sister when she lived closer. We did a thing called Craft Cult, where we would invite 8 ladies over, and we would drink and we would craft. Like one time we made
a crafternoon.
Crafternoon.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we called it Craft Cult. And so like whoever's house it was at, it would like move around different houses, and we would do something different every time. But whoever's house it was at would provide, the things that you needed to do the craft. Yeah, the materials. And then everybody else would bring like food and wine. And I remember...
I'm ready.
I know. I really want to do this. So the one that we did at my house was we made little leather tassel keychains.
Cute.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Cute.
Yeah. So you would like cut out the leather, and then you'd cut out the tassel, and then roll them and stick everything together. It was really, really fun. Yeah, I think we should do that. I think that's
okay, but what if we're not crafty?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Make a mess.
That's like the beauty of being with another person, because they can bail you out if you get stuck. That's why you need a craft cult. Yeah.
That's how I felt with the crocheting video.
Sew. Becky.
I needed Ariel.
Yeah, it's funner when you have someone to help you get through like a little
Let me
corner
quote Becky back to herself during the crocheting video. Do I have to do it? Yes, Becky, it's a Try Guys video. You have to try. I'm not a Try Guy. Becky.
Did I say anything false?
She's not wrong.
No,
she's not wrong.
She's not wrong. Luckily, Ariel was like, I'm going to win it for everyone.
Oh, God, she did it. Ariel finished it so fast. And she was just like, like having a conversation, doing all this stuff. I was like, why stress when Ariel's having fun? I'd rather just take her to the mall, let her have her alone time, you know?
Just set me up with like a comfy chair and a glass of wine, and I'll do whatever you want me to do.
Perfect.
We can do that during our crafternoon too, Becky. You can be there for the snacks and the wine. Yeah. You don't have to craft.
Yeah, you don't have to craft. I'm writing that down right now so that we can come up with like
put it in the calendar.
Some crafts. Do you guys already have some ideas?
Yes, hanging planters. I see people on TikTok making these hanging planters, and I'm not talking about the like boho pale ones. They're making like cool, but they're doing it with like mixed materials and like all these other cool things, and I'm terrified of all of that. One, for murdering my plants, and two, putting anything in the ceiling.
Fair enough.
But if you come up with the idea of how to make it, I trust you.
I kind of want to make, we tried this once before and we didn't get all the way through it, but I want to make muumuus, like the things you wear over your swimsuit when you vacay in Palm Springs. They can't be that hard. And you can just choose the material you want.
Is that like the dress thingies or the wrap thingies that you put over your bottoms?
It's just like a dress. It's like a big square.
Sarong.
Yeah, you could like cut out one square and then sew them together on the sides, and then
that's what I think.
Yeah. Or we could do a muumuu like 8 ways.
Like turn it into a sarong. Move.
Yes.
Oh, like the old school American Apparel dresses.
Yeah,
remember
you can like
those?
Tie it around your neck 8 times and like do a little bow.
Or it could be a skirt, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was never able to get behind those. Like, I tried it one time. Actually, I think it was a bridesmaid dress. It was like a single bridesmaid dress that all the bridesmaids bought, and then they all wore, and then you could just all wear it differently.
Make it your own.
Like one could wrap it over and strap it over the side, and the other one could do 2 straps, and one could, wrap it around so that it was strapless. And I was just like, why? Why don't we just
I think
get
I have an
different
answer
dresses?
for why.
Why?
Go. Because that's what I had at my wedding. It's because your friends have different size titties.
Yes.
So it lets them do whatever is best for their particular bosoms.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a way to do it without having everyone buy a different dress, or like if you risk one being different colors. Some people want like different shades. Some people want all the same color. So.
Well, Ariel, that's what you had, right? At your wedding was different shades.
Yeah. Which
was it hard for everyone to find like something that fit? Because I would be like so nervous bringing my dress to like the interior designer who knows all about like color theory and be like, is this the right color pink?
No.
Did I do it, Ariel?
I actually just told them what color to get. It was like,
I love that.
They all got it from the same store. And I just said, okay, you're this color, you're this color, you're this color, you're this color. Oh, God. Get whatever dress you want, because it was the sort of place where you could like, get a different dress in the same color, that sort of thing. And so everybody got the color, and then they just got whatever dress they, what was felt the color? Fit them. The colors were shades of like, let's see. Okay. So I had 5 bridesmaids, and the first one was my sister, and she wore pink. And so it was like, it was like a mauve, and then it went to purple and gray. And then a light purple. So there was a dark purple and a light purple, a dark pink and a light pink, and then there was a gray. So it was sort of these like moody shades of girly moody shades.
I feel like you had a very moody, like city Chicago wedding.
We did.
I think it's that one blown up photograph of you guys from your wedding. It's like nighttime and you're kissing in the city streets and all the lights are popping, but it feels very moody.
Yeah,
so that's what I picture.
Garbage man, right?
Yeah, with a garbage man.
Isn't it a garbage man?
A laughing garbage man.
I love that.
Maggie, you haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, it's so funny. I'll show you guys another time because it's in my bedroom.
Is it the one that Zach photoshopped?
I don't think so. No. That was one that I think they found on Instagram. This one
one's
is
at
not.
night.
Yeah.
It was one of those. That was over their dresser.
Yeah, it's over our dresser in the master. Okay. But yeah, it's like the two of us kissing in the middle of a street, and there's a garbage truck waiting at the light. And so the garbage man inside is just giggling to himself, and it is so funny.
The funniest photo bomb.
Yeah, it's a good photo. And there were like, several different options, because we would have to run into the street, take the photo, and then run out of the street, and then run into the street again and take the photo, and then run out of the street. Because cars were coming.
Because cars.
But the one with the garbage man was just the clear winner, because it was just so funny.
Yeah, cute.
Well, it is a new year, and we have a new baby. New Year is always a great time to discover new things about yourselves and your interests. With a Kiwico subscription, your child can discover new things all year long. Kiwico is seriously fun and innovative, and their crates provide accessible science and art projects to kids of all ages. We actually have crates for Wes, and now we have crates for Finn as well. We got a crate for him that came with a little tummy time book, and it's absolutely adorable. And it's been really sweet how he wants to like share the toys with Finn and play on the floor with him, and just watching the two of them together is really, really sweet. And Wes just blossoms when he opens up these new toys.
Kiwico is redefining learning with hands-on projects that build confidence, creativity, and critical thinking skills. There's something for every kid or kid at heart at Kiwico. Get 30% off your first month plus free shipping on any crate line with code SITWITHUS at kiwico.com. That's 30% off your first month at kiwico.com. Promo code SITWITHUS.
Becky, the dresses that you had, they were all the same dress?
They were all the same dress, yeah. It was all the same dress, but then they could decide what they wanted to do with their top.
Straps.
Yeah.
Cool. Love that.
Yeah. Well, and we all just like, I let them do whatever they wanted with their hair, too. I was like, YOLO. Live your best life.
Do you? So chill. What a chill bride.
Yeah.
I love it.
Maggie, do you think you're going to be a chill bride?
I hope so. I've been to a couple weddings where I wasn't a part of the bridal party, but I heard that I don't want to be a bridezilla, but planning a wedding's hard. We haven't even began the process, but I understand a little more now. Like making a guest list is very stressful. Yeah.
But Maggie, you're like maybe one of the most versed in weddings of people that I know, because how many weddings do you typically go to in a year? Like not including pandemic.
I feel
remember
like when
I first met you, it was like every month Maggie was like, oh, I have to go to a wedding. Oh, I'm a bridesmaid. Oh, I have to go to this wedding. I have to go to that. And I was like,
I feel like I met you
weddings.
I met you during a point where all my friends were all getting married. Mm-hmm. I felt like that was the year. I mean, the upcoming years aren't as bad, but I feel like that year was like at least 12 or 10 weddings, which felt like one every month. It was a lot. I think there were certain ones where it was 2 a month.
I did that too. All my friends got married in like a 2-year span.
Do you think it's because like all of your friends were the same age and there is just something about that age? Or do you think that it's sort of like a domino effect where one friend is getting married and then the other people who are like in serious relationships are like, oh my God, well, if she's getting married, there's some pressure for me to get married. And so the pressure just like cascades down like all of your friends.
Yeah, I think it depends. I think I have friends that were like closer to my age. A couple of them got married, but then when I moved out here and got a job out here, I also had people who were older than me that were also getting married. So I felt like at this point, I think I'm the last one. At least in, I feel like
you're
I'm
the last single girl in Los Angeles.
I know. Kidding. I remember one of my girlfriends looked at Zach, and Zach was just talking on the phone or something like that, or he was texting someone, emailing someone. He's like, well, Maggie's last. And she's like, and she looks over at him. She's like, I can say that. Or she's next. She's like, Maggie's next. And Zach was like, what do you mean? She's like, she's last. So she is next. I can't say that. That was like a year before we got engaged. It was very ballsy of her.
It was.
Yeah.
She was trying to help you out.
Oh my God.
You also have a lot of, you went to an all-girls school. And so you have a lot of close girlfriends, you know? And that's definitely one of the things that gets you sort of, that means that you're going to be going to these people's weddings. You know,
Yeah.
You're already on the list once you've been to an all-girls school.
So this next segment we're going to do it was based on an idea for obscure reality shows, but it's really turned into more of Becky suggests a TV show that you should watch currently.
I love these. I love it when Becky suggests things.
You know, I gotta give the people something to watch. So this week we have been powering through a Japanese TV show called Sweet Home. So it's on Netflix. Or sorry, not Japanese. I said it's Korean. It's Korean, not Japanese. The last one we watched was Japanese. This is Korean. So Sweet Home is a Korean show on Netflix right now that is a apocalyptic monster adventure show. So one day people just start bleeding out of their noses and then they turn into these monsters, but it's not everyone. Not everyone turns into a monster. So the show centers around a group of people who live in an apartment complex, like a really tall one.
And this is a reality show?
No. It's a TV show. Just a regular fiction show.
It's like, Ariel, you didn't know people are turning into monsters around the world?
How did they manage this reality show?
But yeah, it was based on a Korean, they called it a webtoon. So it's like more recent, and it was a digital cartoon that was online. And I think there might be video games about it too, because the whole show, certain shots are very like, welcome to the video game. Like, it's very, some parts are really slow and moody, but then all of a sudden there's like a giant monster chasing people.
Whoa.
How do you find these shows? Do you
I was going to ask
watch
that too.
everything?
No, so Sweet Home and Alice in Borderland were both trending on the Netflix tab. They were in the top 10 last week. And then Sweet Home, we were recommended by Eugene and Matt because we liked Alice in Borderland so much.
Is there a setting on Netflix where I can turn off the previews? Because I get very overwhelmed scrolling through there and trying to decide what I'm going to watch. And it starts yelling at me. It's like,
I feel similarly. I'm like, when you're scrolling and all you want to do is just read the synopsis and then it
starts playing. I'm like, no, I just want to read.
It's trying to tempt you.
It really is. It's how you get you. But I like tried to finding in the settings. I was like, off. So I have to turn off the mute button so I can focus.
Focus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Sweet Home recommended to you by Matt and Eugene, and it's animated?
No, it's a live action.
Oh,
It's
you said it was
based
a
on a
webtoon.
or a webtoon.
It's based on a webtoon. Yeah, based on a webtoon.
And maybe also a video game.
Yeah, I think there might be a video game because there's so many elements, like the CGI elements are very similar to if you're playing like a video game. But
it's live action. Are the main characters hot?
I would say, I mean, some of them are older, like in their 50s, but some of them are pretty cute. I think the main guy's pretty cute, even though he's like very sad and tortured.
Do you guys,
do
you guys think that there's an age at which you stop being hot? Or not you,
Like me?
but people stop being hot. You know, like we just asked, were they hot? And Becky was like, I don't know, some of them are old. So
older than, I don't know.
Yeah.
Us. But when
they're
we're
like
50,
grandparents' age, older.
Yeah. Like 70s.
when we're 50, will we think other 50-year-olds are hot?
I feel like people can be
Probably.
older, but you don't necessarily, or people can be hot when they're old, but you don't necessarily need to be sexually attracted to them. Right? There's a difference.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I think some people are sexually attracted to like people much older than them, even when they're younger. You know, they love a silver fox or a cougar. What else are they called? Well, what I can tell you is that our almost 91-year-old grandmother is dating an 87-year-old man, and he always says, "You're the hottest woman in the room" to her, even though the room is like full of other like 80-year-old women. He's like, "I just tell you, you're the hottest woman in the world."
That is so cute.
Oh,
So cute. And she like
really
sits on his lap, even though they're like so old.
Oh, that just makes
know,
me
they're very
makes me
cute.
tear up. I cannot.
I know. So
There's something about like older people just being so in love with each other. Like the Notebook, just the idea of the Notebook just makes me cry. I seriously.
Oh, Ariel.
sweet Ariel.
I don't know what it is about like elderly people in relationships. If I am watching a movie, there are two things that will 100% make me cry. One of them is old people in relationships, like really just loving relationships, and the other one is horses dying. I don't know why. Like I can't watch
horses and dogs die.
like war movies where they like have the horses get shot and things like that. I'm just like, I have to turn it off or close my eyes or something. But just old people in relationships. It's just
How did
so
you do?
I just
heartbreaking.
think the two of them together just made me laugh. But
yeah, Ariel, did you turn
two of them
off
together.
Up after the first minute?
How did you do with Up?
Yeah. Did you turn it off after the first minute?
Yes, absolutely. When people
I don't think I'm
It's
gonna
like so sweet.
when older people lose their like lobster, it really hits me where I live.
I can't even listen to Up score without tearing up.
Oh,
That's
The
true.
opening song. Oh yeah.
man.
Oh man. Yeah, it's very life affirming to see people towards the end of their life really like just
Yeah.
doing there's nothing better than love. Like there's nothing better.
Yeah.
So
I don't know where I must have been scrolling on Instagram the other day, but I read something about a doctor who was like, yeah, I had a patient who had an 8 a.m. Appointment, and he was very adamant that I get him out of there by 9 because he has breakfast with his wife every day at 9 a.m. And I said, well, why is it so important that you have breakfast with your wife at 9 a.m.? And he said, oh, well, she has Alzheimer's. And so the doctor was like, well, does she know that you're having breakfast with her at 9 a.m.? And he was like, no, she doesn't know who I am. And he was like, well, why do you do it? And he says, well, because I still know who she is. And I was like, what?
it's so sad.
Oh,
And so sweet.
it's so sweet. It's love. And that means getting extra cheesy for Valentine's Day.
Say those 3 words that everyone wants to hear. Match my undies. That's why MeUndies released their V-Day collection in undies, loungewear, and more, so you and your Valentine can match through it all.
Ned and I get our monthly shipment of MeUndies and immediately put them on because we do love matching our underwear. They're very, very comfortable.
MeUndies are made with sustainable, breathable, softer than soft fabric and available in a range of sizes from extra small to 4XL. MeUndies membership gives you and your boo a new pair of undies or socks every month.
MeUndies has a great offer for you guys. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off and free shipping. MeUndies also has their problem-free philosophy. If you're not satisfied with any product for any reason, they'll refund or exchange it. No caveats, no questions. To get 15% off your first order and free shipping, go to MeUndies.com/sitwithus. That's MeUndies.com/sitwithus. Give me a second to take care of my tears.
Now that we've
here.
cried.
Yeah. Now that we've had our cry.
Okay, we can end it on a little positive note. So my person of the week, I don't know if you guys saw this video trending. Oh, and person of the week, this is the segment where I just talk about incredible people, not limited to just people that can be animals as well. And amazing things that they've
addendum.
done. Yeah.
Next time, I'm going to be like, this is the tallest building of the week. I have stretched this out to include all manner of things.
Yes.
Plant of the week coming up.
Ant of the week.
We're just making up segments for you now, Mags.
Okay, I'll take them. So I don't know if you guys saw this video trending, but there is a dog in Turkey that waited outside of the hospital for 6 days while his owner was receiving treatment. And I guess the ambulance took over. I think his name was Mr. Centurk, and his dog's name is Bonjuk. And the dog waited there outside of the hospital, would not go inside the hospital, but there's like videotapes of the dog. While the sliding doors would open, he would just kind of peek his head in. And I guess family members would take the dog home, but the dog would always find its way back, somehow would escape and go back to where the hospital was and would wait there until the nighttime and then be taken back home, and did this like back and forth for 6 days. And I guess the owner would talk to the dog from inside his hospital room, like through the window. But you guys should look up the video. It is very cute. But all it just wanted to be was with its owner. We don't deserve dogs.
With its owner.
What kind of a dog is it?
I don't know. It was like a cream colored dog. It was longer.
They should have snuck him into the room.
I know. It was a very sweet reuniting story.
Oh, so they eventually got reunited at the end?
6 days later.
That's good. You know, you never know when they're like, oh, he stayed there for 6 days. It's either they were reunited or...
He showed constraint. Like if you watch the video, the dog never like rushes in through the door as people are coming in and out, and the dog's just looking around like, can I come in there? Can I come in there?
Aww.
It was really cute.
What a sweetie.
Yeah.
When you said your person of the week was Bonjuk, I thought that was someone from BTS. I was like, oh, BTS is back. But no, Turkey,
also,
not Korea.
Person of the week every week, all the members of BTS, yes.
Yeah, fair.
Sorry, it might get loud for a second. I think people are moving into the house next door.
Oh. New neighbors, Becky?
As in the one that shares the wall with you?
Yeah, they're these 2 girls. They're very, very pretty. The first time they came to look at the house, I was like, kind of, you know when you see someone who's like the best example I could have of this kind of person is Kaylin from Try Guys. Like the first time you ever see her, you're like a little speechless because you're like,
whoa,
I didn't know people could be this pretty in real life. Like, what? It is them. Sorry to derail. We can go back.
No, that's okay.
No, this is very exciting.
No, this is thrilling.
This is like COVID
How
TV.
old are they?
Yeah. They're young. They look like they're maybe in their 30s. Oh shit, he's on the curb.
You're such a homeowner. Look at you.
I know.
He's like going into
Becky is the neighborhood watch.
I know.
I am. We always sit and like look out the window. Sometimes I'll sit with Alfred and be like,
Oh my goodness. I was watching your Instagram stories the other day, or maybe it was Keith's, but how do you guys attract so many neighborhood cats?
oh my gosh, cat update.
They've become cat people.
So we have a third outside cat. We just got a new one the other day who stopped
What
by.
are you doing?
Yeah.
It's not like cats just show up at my house. Like, I do not understand
mine
how
neither.
you just attract cats.
So, well, the cats, I think they can smell the other cats.
She has a strategy.
Yeah, the cats can smell the other cats. And we also leave food out for them. Because
Yes.
I'm like, I feel
That's
bad.
the strategy.
I feel bad for them. They're hungry. They're all by themselves. But we have, let's see, we have Baggles, which is like a fat white and gray cat. We have Orange Cat, which is tentatively named Shelby. We don't know enough about his personality to decide if we're going to keep that name. And then the new cat is called Muggs the Third, because my mom had strays when she was little, and she had Muggsy, who was her dog, and then they got Muggs the Second, who was a cat. So this is Muggs the Third.
Are these all strays,
Wow.
or do they belong to other people? Do they have collars?
No, none of them have collars. One for sure is a stray because he has a clipped ear, which is the way, like I know it happens in SoCal, but I don't know about other places. They do trap and release. So they get cats off the street, they neuter them or spay them, and then give them some vaccines and then release them. And they clip their ears so that you know. Because the cat population is huge because they can reproduce so quickly and so easily and have so many like big litters. And then the other two, I don't know, gray cat is like beautiful. It's this like long-haired gray like floof ball. So this one might be an inside-outside cat, but we always take pictures of them and post it on like Nextdoor, even though I don't really like Nextdoor, but that is how we found the other cat's owner.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I have
good for
another.
that.
I have another. What is it and why?
yeah.
Outdoor versus indoor cats. What? I don't understand. Like, it's not like you have outdoor versus indoor dogs because they would just get lost. So
Dogs are helpless.
There's a lot of dogs, especially
Cats
in
are
the
less
suburbs
so.
that I grew up in. They were backyard dogs, whereas I don't think I could ever have one backyard dog personally. But I know my mom actually grew up with 3 boxers in Peru, and all her dogs were backyard dogs.
You know what? People do that in Tennessee too.
That's
Not
what
so
Keith
much-
was saying.
Yeah, they're outdoor dogs. They don't roam the way cats do because they're like in a fenced yard because dogs aren't just like jumping up in trees and stuff. But but there are outdoor dogs.
Yeah,
I
I
would
don't know.
I would be too worried about coyotes and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be too worried about the cats for that reason too.
Well, if you own a cat, so Becky, would you ever consider having an outdoor cat? And like, what keeps them from leaving forever and going and finding a new home?
Yeah, food. Probably. I'm not sure. I don't really understand the logic behind like having inside-outside cats, other than like when Keith was little, his mom would take in the strays, but let them come and go. Like they could come in the backyard. I don't know that all of them went in the house though. I really have no idea. I wouldn't let Alfred go outside. Like without me. I would just be they move so fast and LA's got so much traffic. And
I saw the weirdest thing walking through my neighborhood. There's a lot of houses that have like gates and stuff, and a lot of them will be either wooden or they'll be clear. There was a like almost like a fence like one. You could see through it, and they had a cat tied to almost like a long string. So I think the cat was just getting yard time. But it was attached
like
to
on a
string.
leash though.
Yes, it was so strange. But nobody was out there watching the cat. And then I came back later for our second walk and the cat was gone. But they'll occasionally just tie their cat to the fence.
The string had just been chewed off. The cat's like,
Good point. Good point. The cat's like doing backflips trying to get out.
Cat's like, see ya.
But the cat was like so confused. I like walked by and it was just staring at me. I was like, is that a cat tied to a fence?
Yes.
I guess if you're concerned of your cat leaving, I don't know.
And your cat wants to be outside. I worked for someone who had cats who, if they were kept totally inside for too long, would go kind of crazy. And she had to like let them escape for a while and then they would come back. But sometimes a few days later. And
what if they didn't come back? What if they decided to go to Becky's house and the food was better?
Well, I think they loved their home. They mostly came back, but one didn't once, and we never found him. And I'm pretty sure coyotes, because she lived up in the hills. We hoped someone took him in, but he was chipped. So if they did, and they didn't like figure that out, but for years they had gone out and come back and then been inside for a few days and then gone out and come back. I'm just speaking from this one that I have experience with, but it was a rehabilitated feral cat. So I think it just needed to go out and hunt like mice and lizards and stuff and be out and be free and then come back for like proper food and sleep.
Yeah. I think it's more about like, giving them the freedom, because cats are a little more like, obviously they're more independent than dogs, but they're also like really good usually at finding their way back.
But I bet if you had one from a kitten that you kept indoors forever, you wouldn't do that.
No, I don't think you would either.
Or one who seems happy like Alfred.
Yeah. We should ask
Alfred
YB.
just
I know
wants
she
some
just
peace
got a
and
kitten.
quiet.
I want YB's kitten.
I know.
Why
YB's
was never
so
letting
cute.
that kitten out?
So cute.
So sweet.
I want to take Baggles inside, but Keith said no.
Did Alfred also say no?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did. Alfred's like, keep him out.
Yeah. Who's the boss in your house? Is it Keith, Alfred, or Becky?
I think it's Alfred, Becky, and then Keith. But Keith's a little more like practical than me. So like I wanted to bring him inside, and he was like, look online and see what you have to do to like bring an outside cat inside if you already have a cat. And it was basically like you're going to gamble essentially because you have to take that cat to you have to take it to the vet to see if it's chipped. Mm-hmm. Then you have to get it all of its shots. You have to get it spayed and neutered. You have to make sure it doesn't have worms. Like even though Alfie was super clean when we got him, he had a tapeworm. So there are like different parasites. So you basically spend like $1,000 doing all these tests. And then if we brought him inside and Alfred and him fought or something, it would be a really difficult situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's right here. Keith said no. I said about Baggles.
Yeah, no Baggles.
He said no Baggles.
No Baggles.
But we're happy to just keep feeding them, and we give them water, and sometimes we give them wet treats, and we pet them.
So it's
You
like
are
they're
a
your
cat lady. I think you've done it.
Yeah. We're in any, like if a stray dog came up,
You're
I
right.
might, depending on what it looked like, as long as it didn't look, foaming at the mouth or anything, I'd be like, eat some cat food, see if you like it. It's weight control.
Oh my God.
What is the difference between dog food and cat food?
Yeah, I wonder, what is it?
They're both meaty and grainy, probably.
Yeah.
Fish is good for all animals, right? It's good for their coats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And coconut oil too. Do you guys give your dogs coconut oil?
Probably. We give Bean the skins of the salmon because it's supposed to be really good for their hair. Yeah.
Ooh.
On that note, the salmon skin that we all need to eat for our skin and our hair. Ladies, this has been absolutely wonderful. I love seeing you every week. I really, really do.
Me too.
Yeah, it's so nice.
I can't wait for our crafternoons together in the very
Craft cult.
not too far future.
We could
We're
do
gonna start a
Zoom
cult.
crafting, but that would make it a lot more difficult to help Becky with her crafts.
Yeah, no.
I'm
going
gonna just sit outside of Ariel's house, like in the driveway, and then
just
she'll
yell.
come out to help me with something. I'll go
I'll come do that
across
too.
the street, and then we just
Yeah.
rotate.
Oh man,
I love it. I love it.
That sounds like a great
That would
idea.
be great. And then Maggie could bring her glitter and spray it all over their driveway.
Yeah,
That'll be next week's
Wes would
podcast.
love
We'll
it.
just
Yeah.
we'll just be crafting the whole time.
Oh, what if we did collars, like little collars for the animals?
dogs?
Oh, I thought you were
That'd
talking
be
about collars for people, and I was
for
like,
us.
that's really strange.
Saucy.
Ooh. I just lost my mask chain. We should make like mask chains.
I like that. We could make friendship bracelet mask chains.
Cute.
I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down. That means it's going to happen because I do not throw away my lists. Did you guys know that if everything is not crossed off, the list stays? I just have a stack of lists. I just can't throw them away unless they're completed. Anywho,
done.
we really need to wrap up.
Okay.
And so let's talk about this next week. All right, I'm going to put it on my list of things to talk about next week. Is my list of things.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
And
get
people
back
should
to it.
tell us in the comments what crafts you think we should do.
That's a great idea. Yeah, send us an email or write it in the comments. But anywho, everybody out there, we love chatting with you every week. And so, rate us 5 stars in the Apple Store or Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. It helps other people find the podcasts. And we love hearing your questions, looking at your questions, reading your questions when you send them to us at youcansitwithuspod at gmail.com.
Yes. Yep.
Great.
You got it.
I got it.
Love it.
Who knows? I think I've had too much coffee because I'm getting shaky now. Miles is giving me way too much responsibility in this podcast, you guys. I just can't handle it. I'm getting shaky.
Nerves.
The nerves. Anywho, thanks, guys. And we will be back next week.
Woo.
Bye.
Bye.